Need the rain boots, we're gonna need the rain jackets, the umbrellas. Just have it all on standby. We're really going to hold on to all-day showers throughout the rest of the day with those heavy downpours, especially during that morning commute, even into the afternoon. So do take your time, maybe give yourself a few extra minutes before you are heading out for us. That flood threat is high for us today. We will be definitely having that as a concern all day. It's all because of the system. This system is what's giving us this mild air too, and it's giving us the Gulf moisture. So that's why we're dealing with so many rain showers throughout today and the heavy downpours too. Shouldn't be dealing with severe weather today, mainly dealing with the flooding potential. We have a flood watch for basically the whole entire viewing area, excluding Pocahontas County. They will still see a lot of rainfall over the area, but for Greenbrier, Summers, Mercer, Tazewell, on over to the east, this one is going to continue until 12 p.m. tomorrow afternoon. For Fayette, Raleigh, Wyoming, McDowell, and Buchanan counties, this one will actually expire at 7 a.m. tomorrow morning. Ooh, and it looks like we actually just got upgraded. I'll have to check that out. Let's click that real quickly. Let's see what's going on. I believe it's a flood warning. Yep, flood warning has just now been issued for Buchanan, McDowell, and portions of Wyoming and Raleigh County. This about an inch, even upwards to an inch and a half, has fallen. So the rivers, the creeks, the streams need to be monitored. They're going to be starting to rise quickly. The ground's not going to be able to hold all this moisture. We're receiving roughly about a month's amount of rainfall in just a few short days. Let's look at a flash flood warning. This is over Tazewell County. Already we've picked up 3 inches of rainfall over the area. Additional rainfall is going to continue for us as we continue into the afternoon, into the evening, even into tomorrow morning. Rich lands, numerous streets are flooded in town. The water levels, like we've been talking about, they're included in that flash flood warning. Here's some more pictures throughout the course of today at Clinch River. We are seeing that there's a little bit of flooding happening over top of there. And then as we are looking at Hanover, seeing a little bit of some roadways that are being flooded as well. Into Willowbrook Road from Princeton and on the Laurel Road intersection, that is a bus. The bus did turn around. That's the main thing today with the flooded roadways. Turn around, don't drown, find an alternate route to where you are going.
And our team weather coverage continues with meteorologist Brandon Lawson. He joins us live from Ingleside Road in Bluefield, West Virginia. There is a mudslide in the area. Brandon, what can you tell us?
Yeah, that's right, Melinda. I'm actually going to step by your screen so you can see the mudslide here on Ingleside Road. It seems like it was just a year ago, February 25th of last year, when we saw this similar scene on Ingleside Road. I actually, right next to a bunch of Division Highway workers, I rolled up on the scene right around 10 o'clock, and that's right around when the call got called in about this mudslide. Now, overall, Division Highway workers are saying they're going to divert a lot of this water down these roads, down the road of Ingleside Road, to prevent it from kind of stacking up and eroding the shoulder over here. But here's some video of this mudslide that I took earlier. You can see all the way up at the mountaintop just how much more mud is going to continue to come down on this road. I saw a lot of drivers try to drive through the flooded roadways, and I can't urge you enough. Do not drive through flooded roadways. Turn around. Don't drown, especially as you go into the evening. A lot of the water on these roadways is going to run off into these streams and creeks, and it's going to cause some serious issues.
Good afternoon. I'm meteorologist Catherine Maxwell. A busy weather day has been in store with us, especially because of the rain showers. As we are looking at this river level forecast, this is looking at the Clinch River. The latest that it has picked up on with the gauge has been 12 feet. The flood stage is 10 feet, so it's already surpassed that. It's forecasted to hit 15 feet for us as we continue into tomorrow. Looking at the Tug Fork River in Bradshaw, the flood stage is at 10 feet. The latest is already surpassed that as well at 11.76 feet. Looking at the Greenbrier River, it hasn't surpassed the flood stage. Doesn't look like it's forecast to, but there is going to be some flooding potential, especially because it's forecasted to hit at about 12.3 feet. The crest is going to start for us into Friday afternoon. Even though the rain showers should be over by then, it's because of the runoff, where we're already seeing these flooding impacts over the area. It needs somewhere to go, so it's going to head towards the rivers, the creeks, and the streams. Here's a look at the satellite and radar showing most of the heavier bands still working their way into the area. And we're going to continue to see more rain. That's why we are under these flood aerial warnings for the majority of us. Everyone in green is still dealing with the potential to continue with these flooding impacts.
Hey there, Melinda. Yeah, I'm live here in Durant, Virginia. This is actually just outside the town of Richlands, and the scene behind me is just horrific. I mean, we're talking the Clinch River is just flooded over. Look at how high the river is, and look at how much is flowing. This right here is Raven Road. I just watched emergency personnel launch boats into this area right here to go into this neighborhood and rescue folks from this neighborhood. If you look through these trees, you can actually see homes. We have emergency personnel, we have the state police, we have fire crews. Fire crews are the ones that are launching some of the boats in. I just spoke to the sergeant over there in the state police, and he was telling me that a lot of the residents in here, some of them are actually not evacuating. He told me it is very, very important. If you're watching the news right now, you live in Kirby Street or Kirby Road, where this neighborhood is, it is very important you evacuate, because this river is only going to continue to rise.
We begin that team coverage with Chief Meteorologist Catherine Thompson, who's been tracking this weather event here in the studio.
Hey there, guys. That's exactly right. The flood threat will continue as we head into tonight, and this is what we're really concerned about. The rain has actually started to lighten up, the heavy stuff now pushing into the Piedmont of Virginia, but the runoff, it's been raining for a while, so the runoff in the tributaries still going into the rivers, and that's why we're worried about the flood threat continuing, even though the rain has started to let up a bit. I want to say that again, Tazewell County still under a flash flood warning. Earlier in the day, the National Weather Service actually put them under a flash flood emergency. Just to put that in perspective, I have not heard those words since the Greenbrier County 2016 floods. Now, I don't anticipate it to get quite that bad, but evacuations have been underway in Tazewell County. All of these little bubbles you see on the map represent storm reports across the area, and all of these are actual flood reports. Brandon Lawson is live in Richlands. Brandon, what can you tell us about what's going on?
Just some very devastating scenes here, Catherine. This is on Virginia Avenue in Richlands. This is East 1st Street here, absolutely flooded over. A state police tactical team actually just launched their boat into this. They're actually rescuing people from about the 5th residence down. There they are on the boat. They're about to pull out. I think they're rescuing some folks there. Yeah, I could see some folks, they actually just rescued them right there. Here's the family that just got out of that home. You don't have to be out tonight. That's one thing I want to point out. Don't come out, because there's so many. I mean, I'm looking at so many state police folks that are out here saving people. You don't want to put their lives in danger if you don't have to be out tonight.
Of course, as we know, the main story today has certainly been the weather, and I will think it will continue to be the main story as we head into tonight and into tomorrow. Overnight tonight, we're expecting more rain. I do think it'll be on the lighter end from this point out, but anything we see will just add to the totals we've had today, and we've already got high water. Flooding will continue to be a threat overnight. Notice the temperature drop. By tomorrow morning, that rain's actually changing to snow, so we could have a wintry weather threat in there. It's not going to be a major blizzard, but we're going to have enough to have some slick spots maybe early in the morning, and then again tomorrow night. It will get windy too, which is the third threat. We're talking about pretty substantial wind gusts across our eastern slopes, especially into tomorrow. A flood warning will continue for the areas in green. This is primarily south of Interstate 64. If you're along any of these creeks or rivers that are listed in this box, for instance, keep your wits about you. You could still have high water again through at least midday tomorrow. A flood watch continuing for a lot of the area too for any other issues that could arise.
I think it's a good time to remind people, turn around, don't drown, right?
Absolutely. It's not worth it to drive through water. It only takes about a foot of water to sweep a vehicle away if it's moving, so it's just not worth it to go in.
All right, thank you, Catherine.